XRP holders, are you positioned? Because September isn't shaping up as another quiet month. ETF filings, regulatory resets, and Ripple's silent infrastructure push are converging into a moment the market isn't pricing. Analysts are floating triple-digit XRP scenarios, institutional banks are testing rails, and Swift itself is being positioned as legacy. Yet, while liquidity pools are stacked above $4, retail is still distracted by daily chop. The question isn't if catalysts exist, it's whether you've built the conviction framework to survive the volatility window before XRP's repricing accelerates. Market strategist to XRP holders, be prepared. XRP holders, pay close attention because a major strategist just delivered a powerful message to the community. Be prepared. But what exactly should you be preparing for? The strategist points to a unique moment building in the crypto markets. On one hand, we're seeing tightening regulatory battles and ETF delays causing uncertainty. On the other hand, institutional adoption and Ripple's quiet progress behind the scenes are pushing XRP toward becoming a global settlement asset. For short-term traders, be prepared could mean bracing for sudden swings, both up and down, as regulatory headlines or ETF decisions spark volatility. But for long-term holders, this message carries an even deeper meaning. It's about being ready for the kind of structural shift where XRP stops being just another crypto asset and starts playing its role as part of the global financial plumbing. This isn't about hype. It's about timing, positioning, and awareness. If history teaches us anything, it's that the biggest moves often come when most people least expect them. And according to the strategist, XRP's next big test may arrive sooner than anyone thinks. Key info. XRP holders need to know for September. September is shaping up to be one of the most crucial months for XRP holders in recent memory. Why? Because several events are converging at the same time, each of them capable of shifting market sentiment in a big way. First, there's the ongoing SEC delay on crypto ETFs, which doesn't just affect Bitcoin and Ethereum. It has ripple effects across the entire market. XRP investors need to keep in mind that institutional money often moves in coordinated patterns. If approval timelines keep getting pushed back, it could mean extended uncertainty. But if even one major ETF gains momentum, capital flows could lift multiple digital assets, including XRP. Second, we can't ignore Ripple's ongoing legal and regulatory battles. Every small development, whether it's a new filing, a judge's comment, or a timeline adjustment, has the potential to trigger market reactions. That means September isn't just another month of waiting around. It's a month where vigilance matters. Finally, let's not forget the macro picture. With inflation data, interest rate updates, and global liquidity shifts, XRP is sitting at the intersection of crypto and traditional finance. September could be the month where these external factors either suppress risk assets further or unlock new bullish momentum. For XRP holders, the key takeaway is this: September isn't a month to sleepwalk through. It's a month to stay informed, watch the signals closely, and position yourself with a clear strategy, whether that means holding firm, accumulating, or bracing for volatility. Ripple CLO's Crypto in 1 Minute stuns XRP Army. In the fast-moving world of crypto, clarity is rare, but Ripple's chief legal officer managed to deliver it in less than 60 seconds. In a short but powerful video, he laid out Ripple's stance on the regulatory fight, and the XRP community lit up with reactions. Why was it so impactful? Because in just 1 minute, he distilled what many have been struggling to understand for months. Ripple isn't just defending itself, it's shaping the broader crypto landscape. The CLO emphasized that this case isn't simply about XRP. It's about the future of digital assets in the United States and how innovation will either be embraced or stifled. For XRP holders, this matters deeply. A legal victory doesn't just free Ripple. It strengthens confidence in XRP's long-term role as a bridge currency and financial settlement tool. And when confidence rises, so does adoption. The video also served another purpose. It reminded the XRP Army that Ripple is playing the long game. The company isn't flinching, and neither should the community. Whether it's courtroom updates or strategic business moves, Ripple continues to reinforce the idea that XRP isn't just another token. It's part of a global financial transformation. Sometimes, 1 minute is all it takes to spark renewed conviction. And for many XRP holders, that short clip did exactly that. XRP spot ETFs could attract $5 billion in first month. When Bitcoin ETFs launched, they changed the game. Billions of dollars flowed in, legitimizing crypto in the eyes of institutions that once kept their distance. Now, analysts are turning their eyes to XRP, and the projections are nothing short of massive. Some experts believe an XRP spot ETF could pull in over $5 billion within its very first month. Why? Because XRP offers something unique that neither Bitcoin nor Ethereum can claim, a direct use case in cross-border payments. Institutions aren't just looking for speculative upside anymore. They want real-world utility, and XRP provides it. Think about it. Banks and financial institutions are already running pilot programs with RippleNet. Liquidity corridors are being tested and expanded. Pair that with an ETF, and suddenly institutional investors have a regulated, convenient way to gain exposure to the very asset powering this transformation. But there's another layer, positioning. Ethereum ETFs may be delayed, giving XRP an unexpected window to shine. If momentum builds quickly, XRP could leap ahead in terms of capital inflows and market credibility. That $5 billion forecast isn't just about speculation. It's about recognition that XRP has been quietly building infrastructure while much of the crypto market chases hype. For retail holders, the message is clear. Institutional validation often triggers the kind of growth retail alone can't sustain. If Bitcoin's ETF era set the stage, an XRP ETF could be the spotlight moment the community has been waiting for. It wouldn't just be a financial product, it would be a signal to the world that XRP has officially entered the big leagues. XRP's $100 dream alive, bank adoption, ETFs, and the swift replacement. For years, XRP holders have debated one question. Can XRP realistically reach $100? To skeptics, it sounds like a moonshot, but analysts are now pointing to three converging forces that could turn that dream into a very real possibility. Massive bank adoption, the rise of ETFs, and Ripple's challenge to Swift. Let's break this down. First, bank adoption. Ripple has spent years knocking on doors most crypto projects couldn't even approach. Today, RippleNet and on-demand liquidity are active in corridors across Asia, Europe, Africa, and Latin America. Central banks and financial giants are experimenting with XRP as the settlement layer for international transactions. If this network effect accelerates, the sheer transaction volume could push XRP demand far beyond current levels. Second, ETFs. We just talked about the potential $5 billion inflows in the first month. Multiply that by long-term institutional allocations, and XRP suddenly moves from being just another altcoin to being a core portfolio asset for pension funds, hedge funds, and even sovereign wealth funds. That kind of demand doesn't just nudge prices, it reshapes them. And finally, the SWIFT connection. For decades, SWIFT has been the backbone of global money transfers, but it's slow, outdated, and expensive. Ripple is positioning itself as a modern alternative, using blockchain to do in seconds what SWIFT does in days. If Ripple secures even a fraction of SWIFT's market share, the demand for XRP could be explosive. Put all three together, and the idea of $100 per XRP no longer feels like blind hope. It starts to look like a calculated outcome. It's not about hype, it's about adoption, infrastructure, and a tectonic shift in global finance. The question isn't if this can happen, it's when the pieces will fully align. Ripple's silent revolution, RLUSD and XRP infrastructure creates foundation for Internet of Value. While most of the attention is fixed on price charts and ETF approvals, Ripple has been quietly laying down the digital plumbing for what it calls the Internet of Value. At the center of this vision are two key pillars, XRP and Ripple's new stablecoin, RLUSD. XRP serves as the liquidity bridge, enabling near-instant settlement across borders. RLUSD, on the other hand, is designed to provide stability for everyday transactions, giving businesses and financial institutions confidence in value transfer without volatility concerns. Together, they form a powerful combination, XRP for speed and scalability, liability, and trust. This dual-layer infrastructure positions Ripple as more than just a crypto company. It's evolving into a global payments backbone. Imagine a world where money moves as seamlessly as email, remittances that cost cents instead of dollars, international trade that settles in seconds, and financial inclusion reaching billions who've been excluded from traditional systems. If successful, Ripple won't just compete with the legacy banking system, it will replace key parts of it. And that's why many analysts believe XRP's true value will only be realized when this vision matures into reality. The signs are becoming harder to ignore. From ETF buzz and analyst predictions to Ripple's steady rollout of RLUSD and banking integrations, XRP is no longer just a speculative token. It's transforming into a cornerstone of the next financial era. The big question isn't if adoption will accelerate, but when. And when it does, those who've stayed informed and positioned themselves early may stand to benefit the most. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on XRP and the future of digital finance. And for deeper insights, exclusive discussions, and real-time market updates, join my Telegram group. The link is in the description below. Until next time, stay sharp, stay prepared, and remember, the Internet of Value is closer than you think.